moving on with 10.3, we're looking here at C strings, and again, this is the anachronistic part about this chapter. This is ignoring everything we've already seen from C++ interacting with a string that we have done now for 6 weeks already, things that you have seen for 16 weeks already, all the way back in 276. But it bears mentioning just as an aside. So what I'm going to do is, for the most part, let you read through this, because I really don't believe that there's any difficulty here in understanding what a C string is compared to how C++ handles a string. The real difference here is it's more than just nomenclature. It's kind of the history of how C++ came to be. So a C string is actually a callback to C, not to C++. So this is one of those like ancient troglodyte lizard brain things that is left over from C, which we don't spend a whole lot of time talking about. But I know we had mentioned it all the way back in chapters 2 and 3 when we started talking about strings, so I think it probably bears a little bit of a repeat here. A C string is an array of characters that is terminated by a null terminating character, so a \0. So remember again, \n is the new line character, and that's what we've been accustomed to using alongside of our strings in C++. Here, with a C string, it is not the new line character, it is the null character. And again, that has its roots in C as opposed to the string, which was an add-on that came along with C++. So what a C string is in memory, it is a contiguous block of storage that contains characters that is delimited, so it's terminated with the null. So that's how C dealt with the idea of strings. It's not really a string, it's an array of characters. And really, we've been seeing kind of those roots all this while, right? When we would look for a character in a string, or when we would look for a particular word in a string, we would do that based on characters, right? So we would go through the array starting at sub-0, and we would work our way up until we found that character, or we would work our way up until we found a portion of that string. So here, this is what the C string is. It's trying to tell you, it's trying to let you know, look, this is what we are rooted in, but it's not necessarily the way we think of strings. Now, the really important part of the C string being here is next we are going to look at using a pointer to determine the location of a string within a string. So searching a string. And if that sounds like something we had potentially struggled with back in 276, if that sounds like something that gets you value here in 277, that's because it frickin' does. And searching for a string within a string is going to be one of those things that you will use time and again, and we'll see that coming up next.